So, owning track machines are pretty cool, but there are a couple of negative aspects about having them. One being you don't have any outriggers to level yourself out, so you're kind of at the mercy of the ground. But there are several ways that you can work around that by using different techniques and the way you turn and twist and things like that. You figure out how to make that work as far as that goes. Sometimes you can't set level, and that's just the way it is. The other negative aspect is the mud in the tracks. And what I do is I usually, and I did it here, I've got a matted runway for me to set on with brush, and that keeps the mud out of these tracks. But I've had to help these skidders so much the last few days with it being wet that when we ran, that I picked up a bunch of mud going around the pile and everything. But it's allowed us to work though too, me doing that. So I'm fixing to dig out the mud of these rollers, these top rollers right there. I got to get them in the open because they're talking about it dropping down in the teens this week. And so if you leave that stuff on there like that, it'll actually freeze to that roller, and you can still track the machine, but the roller won't run. So if you track the machine and the roller ain't rolling, it'll flat spot that roller. It'll eat that roller up pretty quick, which I've never done that because I always keep them cleaned out. So that's one of the negative aspects about a track machine and the roller. So I just have to clean this out, but I'm just going to open the two. They got a roller here, and then there's another roller in there, and I'm going to open them up where they can be, where they'll be seen. But it's not too bad to do it. Just take a spade like this, get started in the center, and then bring it on out. Then I have had to take a air chisel though and put a long bit on it and bust it up. It'll be so dried and so hard, depending on the dirt you're in. If the dirt has got a lot of sand in it, it usually comes out pretty good. Like this is doing. This is doing really good. I'm very pleased with this. But man, if you get in some of that gumbo, oh my God, that's just a nightmare. Try to dig out. This right here ain't too bad. Well, that's one side done. Gotta do the other side, but I'll save it for after lunch. Gonna eat right quick. But even having to work to get that stuff out like that, there's no way I'll ever go back to a trailer man loader. I'll quit before I go back to trailer mounted loader and pull through D-limber. And had to deal with moving that stupid thing. It's for the birds, man. So you got a trade-off there. No outriggers, which is fine. The machine's stable. You just deal with uneven ground sometimes. And like I said earlier, that's no big deal. You can work around that. You learn the little tricks how to make it work. But for working like that to dig that mud out, I still do that. So I'll get to the other side after lunch. So we'll see y'all later.